Have you ever wanted to start a YouTube channel? Well, for this video, I interviewed Brian Kusko, who gave us a ton of great tips on how to start a YouTube channel.
This is called Interviews with Aiden and Garrett's Belly.
Well, great. I thought this was going to be a good interview. Now I gotta look at your belly.
Good to see you, bro. I can't hear you at all, though, so I'm just going to leave you to do it, all right?
I feel like this is how it is usually when we're talking anyway. I feel like I talk and you don't hear what I'm saying. So. Yeah, just like,
Probably
that's the laugh I'm used to. Right?
Very accurate.
All right. The kids have fun.
Yes, sir.
Well, the first question is, what message do you want people to gain from watching your content?
So one of my main responsibilities is to let people know that I don't really want to influence them. I'd rather inspire them to do something good with their lives that also helps inspire other people to do a good thing with their lives. I feel like that is one of my first responsibilities as somebody who aspires to inspire people. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so your message is to inspire people to learn and appreciate reptiles and
learn
animals.
Appreciate reptiles, well, everything. But definitely to learn as much as you can, because the more you can learn, the more you can share with other people what you've learned. And for me, a lot of time that definitely branches way outside of reptiles. I'm always learning about things besides just reptiles.
From your perspective, what is your most exciting accomplishment?
Being able to do the things that I really want to do with my time in life and be able to still support myself and now even support a family, not just working for money. I've seen so many people, including my father would tell me this too, like, don't get stuck in something for money. And having had that come to full fruition and what I'm doing now, supporting my family and potentially even going above just supporting and actually being able to start saving some money, because it's still been a struggle even as I've been supporting the family, like just barely staying head above water. And actually this year, I think I'm getting to a spot where we're actually going to get our heads above water a little bit. Damn, I didn't know I was going to, maybe it's early. I'm getting a little emotional about it. But it's a really good feel. That's the biggest accomplishment.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's a good accomplishment. Yeah, for sure. Doing something you love and being able to afford everything that you need while doing it. That's awesome. Pushes into the next question a little bit, because you do a lot of educational programs, you put up a whole bunch of YouTube channels, you have a podcast, you travel, you have kids, you breed snakes, you do so many things. How do you stay on top of it? Like, what are some strategies that you can share to help other people become as efficient as you are?
Very simple. You have some ideas, write them down. It's such a simple practice, and I fail to do it often. But when I do, take the time to just stop and like, okay, I want to do this, and actually just write it down on a piece of paper. Not even typing it into the phone doesn't. Well, I did that as well. I would use the phone. It's like my phone. I bring it everywhere. I should just type it in there. For some reason, it gets lost in the phone.
Even for like little things around the house, like even like cleaning my room, or I want to get the snake cage cleaned today and deep clean it, do like a deep clean with it. I should write those things down, because those are like the things that I'm just gonna push off till like later. So
yeah, and if you have your paper and pen sitting in that spot where you're already at anyway, getting ready to do your stuff, it literally takes a matter of seconds to write it down. But if you don't write it down, this is what happens with me. If I don't write it down, this happened to me many times where I've got this mental list built up, and I like, oh, I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I.
Have you had any challenges since starting YouTube?
Oh yeah, tons. The first one was just to be consistent doing videos, and anybody that does videos on YouTube knows that it takes time to make video, even if it's simple. Just starting the video, even if you're not editing it, just like at least having an idea, something that's going to be worth somebody's time to watch and record that. I still have a challenge. I recorded a video just the other day. I literally put it out a couple days ago. I sat down at night, was up, couldn't sleep, typed out my thoughts, and decided to like basically read my thoughts in an uncut video. If you care about like actually starting some kind of community where you know people, then the big challenge is being able to accept criticism and take it in a positive way, which is not always easy. So that video I put up, like immediately, I feel like, this video is cringe. And I was like, damn it. I really thought this was going to be a good one. And the first comment was like, cringe, couldn't finish the video. It's like, no, because especially I spent so much time putting up these little pictures of everything I was talking about, just a little picture in the side. So they'd be like, oh, here's a little visual cue since I'm just sitting there talking at the camera for 10 minutes. Like, if I hadn't done that, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. And I was like, damn it, watch the end. There's some really funny pictures coming up. Finish it. But
so funny.
So that's an ongoing challenge is to take criticism with grace and not, and I replied to the guy and I was like, well, maybe, I don't know. I tried to say something funny and we ended up having a little conversation back and forth on that comment. And he's like, I do really like most of your videos and I'm going to keep watching most of them. He's just like, sometimes you can't always hit a winner. And that type of feedback, if you just blow it off, it's easy to blow off and just like, this guy's an asshole. But that's just because you're reading the comment on the internet. You don't know. That's the great thing about having face-to-face conversations. The text thing is so difficult sometimes. But I do try to break through it. We did have a good little back and forth. And having accepted that criticism as criticism and not just like an attack, I feel like my next video is going to be even better. Because I was willing to listen to a little bit of that criticism, which is a challenge. That is the constant challenge with YouTube, is learning to accept criticism gracefully and use it to grow and not to crush you.
That will help me. That will definitely help me. Now I feel inspired, kind of like I just need to do it. Like I want to do my own YouTube channel with my animals and stuff, but I'm just so scared to. But now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home and make a YouTube video now.
So that the biggest challenge, just starting, recording, sitting down, recording video, that first step, that's always the hardest thing with whatever you do. Here's one thing you can remember that I still try to remind myself all the time is when you hit record on the camera, the one thing I wish I could do is like have somebody else hit record and that I don't know is recording and I feel like I do better content. But is to remember once you record that, it's not a live stream. If you're recording a video that's going to be edited and put it up on YouTube, like you can say whatever you want to the camera. And I do sometimes. I'll go off on the camera. Sometimes I'll post it too. But I'll watch it back sometimes and try. One thing that I love that you guys have over there, and you should use this to your benefit fully. Put this to work for you. You've got a bunch of people over there. You guys have a team of folks, and I know that you can't be doing your personal videos on Garrett's time necessarily, but at least they're there and you see them often and you can hey, can you just take a look at this and tell me what you think? I have my wife for that, but I feel like she's kind of over that, and she's like, you know what you're doing, all right? You need my feedback, and she's right to a point. But like when Garrett was just out here and we were doing this little video, we had so much fun making this silly, ridiculous video.
I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
I had so much fun with that video, and we literally just came up with it on the fly. We were kind of like, well, I want to make this video. And we had a clutch to pull. I was like, I want to pull this clutch, and we were like, oh, what do we do, like sports announcing for the clutch pull? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then the next thing we know, we're like, right before we're going down to film, like, here, let's be characters. We got a wig, and we like figured out our characters on the way down the stairs to come film, and just having that somebody else to bounce ideas off of, especially that's involved in doing something like this. Like the difference for Hillary is that my wife, she isn't involved in doing this. So the bounce, it's not the same. It's like I'm throwing at a wall that doesn't bounce back as much because she's not doing it as well. But with Garrett here, like he's making videos all the time too. So having that is such it's something I wish for. I've vented about it on videos before where I'm like, I just wish I had a friend who lived right down the street who loved making videos as much as I did, so we could bounce off of each other. And I just, actually after he left, I was already missing him. I told him, I think even the day after he left, I was like, why don't you just move to California? He's like, whoa, just stay in the living room. I was like, yeah, that works. Just stay in the living room. That's cool.
That's so funny.
It's true.
So you like putting up with Garrett?
I do. I do really like putting up with Garrett, man. It's definitely, Garrett's been a huge positive influence on my life, man.
Yeah, same. I feel the same way. I feel the same way for sure. He's a great mentor.
Next question for you is, when are you starting your YouTube channel?
I don't know.
That's not the right answer.
I kind of want to wait until I move out and have like my own reptile room and everything set up, but I do want to start it like now, because I am
that
happy.
was the right answer.
I am happy with like how all my animals are being kept and everything. I feel like it's going to be hard to film videos in my house because there's a whole bunch of people who live there and everyone's loud.
Are all your reptiles in your room?
No, I have the rats and the birds are in my room. The reptiles are all over the house.
Good family you got there.
I know.
If the rest of your family is willing to potentially be in videos, if that's the case, there could be a benefit, and having that whole transition from like you're living with the family to getting your own place in reptile room. That I find that it'll help people connect with your channel, like being with you for that journey. And that's one of the biggest things with YouTube is finding the time to start. There's never a good time to start it. There really isn't. Like I still, because I'm here now, I've got this room that I built and I can come down here and film. Still, I get kids running across the top of the ceiling doing the audio phobe, and I'm like, God, I'm trying to record down here. Can we keep that up there? Doesn't matter. Like, you're always going to want to go more. I want to open up to this next building over here.
Yeah.
And we've got a little studio attached that when she moves out, I'm kind of want to take that over so I can have like a dedicated spot where I don't have to break down the camera stuff and set it back up. That's the other thing. Write down what you want the channel to be about and then record your first video. You don't have to put it out. Just at least record it for yourself and be like, here's this video. I can choose to put it out or not. You can send it to me if you want to. And I'll be like, yeah, and don't put that out. Or I could be like, it's fine, which is probably more likely going to be the case. Like, start somewhere.
I'll start today. I'll start today when I go home. I'll do it this weekend.
There we go. That was the answer I was looking for.
You inspired me, so.
All right. See, that's what we started with, right? Wasn't that my goal from the very beginning of this interview? I want to inspire people to. All right.
Yep. You did it. You did it. You accomplished your goal.
Brian is a really inspiring guy, isn't he? If you would like to see some more videos with Brian Kusko, click down here to watch this video. We collab with him quite a bit.